Standup Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appetizers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hi, and welcome back to Comedy Appetizers. We have some great stand-up comedy, a short comedy set from a guy that did work my club a few times back in the 80s, but boy, he's gone on to fame and fortune. He's a stand-up comic, a writer, and a producer. He's won 2 Emmy Awards for writing on the Dennis Miller Live special. He was also on Garry Shandlings' Larry Sanders Show as a writer. So this guy's been very proficient in providing his talent and his humor to the world. In fact, you may remember the Warner Brothers movie, Jack Frost. He was one of the main writers on that. Anyway, enough suspense. This young comic, Jeff Cesario, has had a wonderful career based on his early days as a stand-up comic. Let's hear a little bit of his material and see what has made him so successful. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Cesario.
Thanks very much. Great crowd. It's summertime, of course, and I'm single, which means actually that I'm scared because this is the time of year I have to go to my married friends' homes and watch them barbecue. Married guys love to barbecue. It's not the taste, it's the concept of cooking with liquid explosives that the longer they're married, the higher they want that flame, 80, 90 feet in the air. They're not satisfied till they have to light a backfire to prevent the barbecue fire from engulfing the house. Just standing there with their poor kid. Jesus, Jimmy, the ones on the outside are done. Get Daddy's asbestos suit. I'm going in after them. I'm originally from Wisconsin and Italian, which means, of course, my favorite food, cheese pizza. There you go. I'm looking. I can't find pizza out here. I've been here 7 years. No good pizza in California. I'm looking. I'm trying. I went to some joint called Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't know. I walk in the door, bingo, there's dancing bears, roller coasters, skeet shooting, some sort of Las Vegas daycare center. I have no idea what this bear's It's in. It's Jim. Then the only other extreme they have out here, they have the Beverly Hills Pizza Boutique. That's where they cut the pizza right at your table with an arrowhead from an Indian burial ground. I try to order a plain pizza at one of these joints. A woman actually comes over to my table and she says to me, "Would you like smoked salmon on that?" I said, "No. I want smoked salmon on a paper plate at a wedding. I want sausage on a pizza. I'm Italian. There's no pineapples in Italy." I tell you, you can't eat out of every restaurant is getting pretentious in California. Everyone, and the health food restaurants are the worst. Talk about attitude. I went to this health food restaurant. They didn't even give me a menu. A waiter came over to my table, read my aura, and gave me what I needed. And breakfast, I stopped eating breakfast out because I don't know if I'm man enough to eat breakfast out anymore. You see these giant macho image wars they're having with breakfast? Oh yeah, Denny's, we got the big guy at Hardy fella breakfast. That's 44 pancakes, a pound of bacon, $2.99. I mean, then over at Big Boy, we got the Super Jumbo He-Man's breakfast platter. That's a side of beef wrapped in an omelet. It's $3.99. What kind of job do you have where you can justify eating this much food for breakfast? You better have a tractor in the parking lot that you have to paddle to get to work. But it's never those macho guys, boy. It's always some wiener bank account. Yeah, can I get the Super Jumbo He-Man's breakfast platter? Just once I'd like to see the waiter go, no, you can't. You can have Fruit Loops and you're going to like it, though. I don't shop for myself at all. I don't know where anything is in the market. I went looking for raisins the other day in the supermarket. I figured, raisins are fruit. So I go over, buy the fruit to look for the raisins. I'm there 15 minutes. No raisins. I still don't know where the raisins are in the supermarket. You know something? They don't know where the raisins are in the supermarket. You can freak out a grocery store clerk. Just walk right up to me. No, excuse me. Where are the raisins? 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 They take off the apron. You tell why those good. Or what's it being, see? The only time I ever find the raisins is strictly by chance. I find them when someone else has had them in their basket, decided not to buy them, stuck them up on a shelf where they don't belong. Then I come on, kitchen cleanser, raisins! They They have the store organized all wrong. I am telling you, I don't know what is, think about it. We're adults, we work jobs, we make money, and yet we have to take a list into the store to remind us what to buy. Why don't they organize the grocery store like we think? Aisle 1, fruit, bran, laxatives, toilet paper. Aisle 2, cookies, ice cream, sweatpants, Jane Fonda workout tape. Aisle 3, dirty magazines, cheap wine. Boom, you're home. You're home. 10 minutes. Well, that's the way I think. I think with too much common sense. It's actually a curse at some point. The other day, I was thinking about getting a dog. I thought Alaskan Husky. Then I think, wait a second, my apartment's too small. Wouldn't be fair to the dog. I'm going to wait till I get a house. Then I think financially, a house, a few years off. Besides, if I ever get a house, I'm going to need someone to watch the house while I'm out of town working. And then I think, at this stage of my life, I don't want a guy roommate. I want a girl, a woman, a girlfriend, someone I can build my life around. And then I think, what an incredible hassle just for a dog. That's the way guys think, though. That's what gets guys in trouble. For instance, most guys will tell you, if they had a choice of a way to die, to go to the great beyond, they would want to die while in bed with a woman making whoopee. Which is great. For the guy. For the woman, let's be honest, it's a total drag, okay? For her at this point, she has really two choices. Number one, she's totally mortified and she avoids sex the rest of her life. Or number two, she is walking around with an inordinate amount of confidence. Hey, Denise, what's happening? Oh, nothing last night. I
killed a man. That was Jeff Cesario from back in the early 80s. He was a terrific stand-up comic. In fact, he worked my club a few times, and it was great to have somebody of that talent come through Sacramento. But as I mentioned, he went on to fame and fortune as a comedy writer, a TV producer, and he still has a foundation in stand-up comedy. I know you enjoyed that short set. We want to thank you for listening to Comedy Appetizers. We'll be back next week with another short comedy set. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appetizers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appetizers. Bye!